Welcome to this edition of Ethical Sustainable Investment News and Analysis to Profit By. I'm Ron Robbins, an ethical investing pioneer for over 40 years, quoted in the Wall Street Journal, MarketWatch, the Globe and Mail, and numerous other media, and founder of the highly respected global ethical sustainable investing information website, Investing for the Soul. And please listen to my disclaimer statement at the end of this podcast. Now enjoy this podcast. Hello, Ron Robbins here. So welcome to this podcast episode 125, titled Top Ethical Companies and ESG Dividend Stocks. It's presented by Investing for the Soul. Investingforthesoul.com is your site for vital global ethical and sustainable investing mentoring, news, commentary, information, and resources. Now remember that you can find a full transcript and links to content, including stock symbols and bonus material, on this episode's podcast page located at investingforthesoul.com/podcasts. Also, a reminder, I do not evaluate any of the stocks or funds mentioned in these podcasts, nor do I receive any compensation from anyone covered in these podcasts. Furthermore, I will reveal to you any personal investments I have in the investments mentioned herein. Additionally, quotes about individual companies are brief. Please go to this podcast webpage for links to the actual articles for more company and stock information. Also, some companies might be covered more than once, and there are also 5 article links below that time didn't allow me to review them here. The first article for this episode is another great company ranking I've been following for many years. A press release titled World's Most Ethical Companies in 2024 best describes this ranking. It was found on finance.yahoo.com. Here are some quotes from it. Ethisphere, a global leader in defining and advancing the standards of ethical business practices, today announced the 136 companies that have earned the coveted designation of the World's Most Ethical Companies 2024. This year's honorees span 20 countries and 44 industries. 2024 marks the 18th annual World's Most Ethical Companies recognition. As in previous years, honorees have demonstrated a commitment to ethical business practices through robust programs that positively impact employees, communities, and broader stakeholders, as well as contributing to sustainable long-term business growth. The full list of the 2024 World's Most Ethical Companies can be found on Ethisphere's website. For that link, go to my podcast page. There are also 6 companies: Aflac, Ecolab, International Paper, KO Corporation, Milliken & Company, which is a private company, and PepsiCo, that have been recognized 18 times every year since the inception of the World's Most Ethical Companies in 2007. Ethisphere's 5-year ethics premium for 2024 is 12.3%. This represents the margin by which publicly traded companies recognized in this year's World's Most Ethical Companies outperformed a comparable index of global companies over a 5-year period from January 2019 to January 2024. The world's most ethical companies assessment is grounded in Ethisphere's proprietary ethics quotient, an extensive questionnaire that requires companies to provide over 240 different proof points on their culture of ethics, environmental, social and governance practices, ethics and compliance program, diversity, equity and inclusion efforts, and initiatives that support a strong value chain. That data undergoes further qualitative analysis by our panel of experts who spend thousands of hours vetting and evaluating each year's group of applicants. This process serves as an operating framework to capture and codify truly best-in-class practices from organizations across industries and from around the world." End quotes. The next two articles are by Varda Gill, who does a terrific job of identifying the top ESG dividend-paying stocks from two perspectives. The first article focuses on dividends from stocks that also have at least a 15% stock price gain potential, according to analysts. It's titled 13 Best Environmental Dividend Stocks to Invest in, according to analysts, and found on finance.yahoo.com. Here are some quotes from this first article by Ms. Gill, starting with how she conducted her research. "We scanned the holdings of Vanguard ESG US Stock ETF, which is a market capitalization weighted index composed of large, mid, and small cap stocks of companies located in the United States that are screened for certain environmental, social, and corporate governance criteria by the index provider, which is independent of Vanguard. From the index, we picked 13 stocks that pay dividends and have a projected upside potential of over 15% based on analyst price targets. The stocks are ranked according to their upside potential as of February 23rd. Note, the quoted upside potentials and dividend yields are both as of February 23rd. Starting with number 13, S&P Global Inc., upside potential 15.2%. S&P Global Inc. is a leading provider of financial market intelligence, including credit ratings, indices, data, and analytics. It currently offers a quarterly dividend of 91 cents per share. The stock's dividend, 0.83%. 12. Pfizer Inc., upside potential 15.4%. An American biotech and pharmaceutical company. The company offers a quarterly dividend of 42 cents per share and has a dividend yield of 6.05%. 11. Mid-America Apartment Communities Inc., upside potential 15.9%. Mid-America Apartment Communities is a real estate investment trust company that focuses on the acquisition, development, redevelopment, and management of multi-family apartment communities. The stock has a dividend yield of 4.65%. 10. Morgan Stanley, upside potential 16.4%. Morgan Stanley is a global financial services firm that provides a wide range of related services to its consumers. Morgan Stanley currently offers a quarterly dividend of 85 cents per share and has a dividend yield of 3.93%. 9. Becton Dickinson and Company, upside potential 16.5%. Becton Dickinson and Company is a global medical technology company that specializes in the development, manufacturing, and sale of medical devices, instrument systems, and reagents. The stock's dividend yield came in at 1.54%. 8. Realty Income Corporation. Upside potential 16.69%. It currently pays a monthly dividend of 25.65 cents per share and has a dividend yield of 5.81%. 7. Microsoft Corporation. Upside potential 16.8%. Microsoft Corporation pays a quarterly dividend of 75 cents per share and has a dividend yield of 0.73%. 6. Archer Daniels Midland Company. Upside potential 17.04%. The global food processing and commodities trading company currently pays a quarterly dividend of 50 cents per share and has a dividend yield of 3.74%. 5. Nike, Inc. Upside potential 17.6%. Nike is a multinational corporation that designs, develops, markets, and sells athletic footwear, apparel, equipment, accessories, and services worldwide. Currently pays a quarterly dividend of 37 cents per share and has a dividend yield of 1.4%. 4. Air Products and Chemicals, Inc. Upside potential 18.16%. Air Products and Chemicals is an American gases company that specializes in producing and distributing atmospheric gases, processed gases, and specialty gases. The stock has a dividend yield of 3.04%. 3. Albemarle Corporation. Upside potential 22.08%. Albemarle Corporation is a global specialty chemicals company that develops, manufactures, and markets a wide range of chemicals and chemical-based products. The stock's dividend yield 1.33%. 2. AT&T, Inc. Upside potential 22.3%. AT&T is an American multinational telecommunications conglomerate. It currently pays a quarterly dividend of 27.75 cents per share and has a dividend yield of 6.61%. And number 1, American Tower Corporation. Upside potential 26.6%. An American real estate investment trust company, American Tower Corporation tops our list of the best environmental dividend stocks. The company currently pays a quarterly dividend of $1.70 per share. The stock offers a dividend yield of 3.58%. End quotes. This second article by Ms. Gill is titled 12 Best ESG Dividend Stocks to Buy According to Hedge Funds. The companies, though also derived from the Vanguard US Stock ETF, are ranked by hedge fund ownership. The only duplicate company in the two lists is Microsoft. So here's Ms. Gill's description of her methodology and edited brief quotes about the selected companies. We scanned the holdings of Vanguard ESG US Stock ETF, which is a market capitalization weighted index composed of large, mid, and small cap stocks of companies located in the US that are screened for certain environmental, social, and corporate governance criteria by the index provider, which is independent of Vanguard. From the index, we picked 12 stocks that pay dividends and have garnered the most attention from hedge fund investors by the conclusion of Q4 2023, using data from Insider Monkey's database. The stocks are ranked in ascending order of the number of hedge funds having stakes in them. Hedge funds' top 10 consensus stock picks outperformed the S&P 500 index by more than 140 percentage points over the last 10 years. Note, quoted dividend yields are as of February 28th. Starting with number 12, the Procter & Gamble Company. Number of hedge fund holders, 71. The Procter & Gamble Company is an Ohio-based multinational consumer goods company. It currently offers a quarterly dividend of 94.07 cents per share and has a dividend yield of 2.36%. 11. AbbVie Inc. Hedge fund holders, 76. The global biopharmaceutical company's dividend yield, 3.46%. 10. Broadcom Inc. Hedge fund holders, 91. Broadcom is a multinational technology company that designs, develops, and supplies a broad range of semiconductor and infrastructure software solutions. The company pays a quarterly dividend of $5.25 per share and has a dividend yield of 1.62%. 9. Merck & Co. Inc. Hedge fund holders, 98. Merck & Co. is an American multinational pharmaceutical company. The company currently offers a quarterly dividend of 77 cents per share and has a dividend yield of 2.39%. 8. Eli Lilly and Company, hedge fund holders, 102. An American pharmaceutical company, Eli Lilly offers a quarterly dividend of $1.30 per share. The stock's dividend yield came in at 0.68%. 7. J.P. Morgan Chase & Co. Hedge fund holders, 103. J.P. Morgan Chase & Co. provides a wide range of banking services to individuals, businesses, and institutions. It pays a quarterly dividend of $1.05 per share and has a dividend yield of 2.29%. 6. United Health Group Incorporated. Hedge fund holders, 113. United Health Group Incorporated offers a per-share dividend of $1.88 every quarter. The stock has a dividend yield of 1.52%. Number 5 is Apple Inc. Hedge fund holders, 131. Apple declared a quarterly dividend of 24 cents per share on February 1st. The stock's dividend yield, 0.53%. And number 4 is MasterCard Incorporated. Hedge fund holders, 141. The global financial tech company offers a quarterly dividend of 66 cents per share with a dividend yield of 0.56%. 3. Visa Inc. Hedge fund holders, 162. It offers a quarterly dividend of 52 cents per share and has a dividend yield of 0.74%. 2. NVIDIA Corporation. Hedge fund holders, 173. On February 22, the company announced a quarterly dividend of 4 cents per share. The stock has a dividend yield of 0.02%. Number 1, Microsoft Corporation. Hedge fund holders, 302. Microsoft Corporation tops our list of the best ESG dividend stocks. The company pays a quarterly dividend of 75 cents per share. The stock's dividend yield, 0.74%. End quotes. Now, since clean energy stocks have had such a hard time recently, I thought that this article would interest many of you. It's titled 4 Clean Energy Stocks That Have Defied the Odds. It's by Avi Saltzman and seen on Barron's.com. Here's a key chart from the article. Clean energy stocks had a miserable 2023. The Wilder Hill Clean Energy Index is down 47% in the past year. It's worth understanding what has set the handful of winning stocks apart. Several of them help facilitate clean energy products without being on the hook for financing them. So the winners are: first company is Next Tracker with a year-to-date price change of 23.7%. Next is MYR Group with a year-to-date price change of 13.2%. Third is Quanta Services with a year-to-date change of 8.6%. And finally, Gen Therm with a year-to-date price of 6.3%. And the source is fact set and end quotes. So now we go to other honorable mentions, not in any order, and these are titles that didn't allow me to get in the podcast here. Number 1, title 12 Best Wind, Power and Solar Stocks to Buy on Yahoo.com by Fahid Salem. 2, title 2 Renewable Energy Stocks That Could Be Overlooked Gems on InvestorPlace.com by Chris Marcock. 3, title 5 Biggest Clean Energy ETFs in 2024 on Nasdaq.com by Melissa Pastilli. 4, title 8 Best Green Stocks and ETFs to Buy for 2024 on money.usnews.com by Matt Whitaker. And 5, title The Top 3 Infrastructure Stocks to Buy in March 2024 on InvestorPlace.com by Charles Mooney. Well, these are my top news stories with their stock and fund tips for this podcast titled Top Ethical Companies and ESG Dividend Stocks. Now, please be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you download or listen to this podcast. That helps bring these podcasts to others like you. And please click the share buttons to share this podcast with your friends and family. Let's promote ethical and sustainable investing as a force for hope and prosperity in these deeply troubled times. Contact me if you have any questions. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you next on March 22nd. Bye for now. Learn how to create a simple portfolio reflecting your personal values by taking my 1-hour tutorial. Go to investingforthesoul.com/podcasts and click the link in the right-hand column for my DIY Ethical Sustainable Investing Pays tutorial. Now, I'll mention in the podcast if I have any direct interest or holdings in companies or securities I'm talking about. Furthermore, any news, opinions, analysis, or other information offered by myself, as well as references and information to or from other external sources in this podcast, is provided as general market information and should not be relied upon and thus does not constitute investment advice. Investors should consult their own licensed investment professional before making investments. Also, I will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on information in this podcast. Do contact me at ronr@investingforthesoul.com at investingforthesoul.com. Signing off, this is Ron Robbins.